Welcome to Africa Live. We start the hour in South Sudan, where heavy gunfire and explosions continue to rock Juba for a fifth day. Clashes between government and opposition forces broke out on Thursday. The death toll is believed to have risen above 300. Many of the victims are civilians. Several UN peacekeepers have also been killed. China has confirmed 2 of its soldiers were killed when their vehicle was bombed. Now, this footage recorded by Chinese peacekeepers shows the intensity of the fighting near the UN base in Juba. Now, the United Nations Security Council has held an urgent meeting amid renewed fears that the country is returning to civil war. Chiahemen reports from New York.
The UN Security Council has indeed held an urgent consultation to discuss South Sudan. It was, however, a closed-door meeting, indicating there's a level of sensitivity. Following that, the body did issue a statement again condemning the escalation of fighting in Juba, and members expressed particular outrage over how UN compounds and civilians there have been targeted. They reiterated that these kinds of attacks may constitute war crimes, so they want full transparency in the investigations into these incidents. Now, as a body, the Council issued a more strongly worded statement than the one they released earlier, with the 15-nation body urging for an immediate end to the fighting by all involved parties and demanding that President Kiir and First Vice President Machar do their utmost to control their respective forces. Now, going into the meeting, Samantha Power, the U.S. ambassador to the UN, went on the record to say that the meeting was called because the situation in South Sudan is out of hand. And when the meeting concluded, she took to Twitter and called what's happening there, quote, blatant ceasefire violations and complete disregard for the peace agreement that the UN was so instrumental in brokering 2 years ago. Now, as for next steps, the Security Council said regional support is important, and they encouraged the African Union Peace and Security Council, as well as the Intergovernmental Authority on Development, to continue to be a part of the ongoing struggle to maintain peace and stability in South Sudan.
Now, China's foreign ministry has held a briefing on several issues, including the developments in South Sudan. CCTV's Mao Dan joins us with an update from Beijing. Mao, can you just start by telling us what has come out of that briefing of the foreign ministry?
Hi there. The Chinese foreign ministry has just held a press conference, and many reporters at the conference asked about China's reaction on the South Sudan situation. Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesman Lu Kang said the Chinese peacekeeping mission was hit by a shelling at the UN compound on Sunday afternoon. And Lu Kang said he was shocked by the incident. China has condemned the attack, said condolences to the dead, and expressed sympathy to the families of the victims. Chinese embassy in South Sudan is mobilizing all efforts to treat the injured, and China has asked South Sudanese government to investigate into the incident and punish the attacker. Chinese Foreign Ministry and the Chinese Embassy in South Sudan have also activated emergency mechanisms to protect Chinese organizations and people in South Sudan. They have also urged South Sudanese government to take measures to calm down the situation and protect Chinese people in the country.
Now, Mao, of course, as you mentioned, that the Chinese peacekeepers were among the dead and injured there in Juba. We know, of course, that the Chinese Defense Ministry has also condemned the attacks. What more can you tell us about that?
Well, the Chinese Foreign Ministry said they have advised the Chinese companies and people in South Sudan to take emergency response and pay attention to safety. And they have also issued safety alert, advised Chinese people avoid traveling to the country, and those in South Sudan to avoid going to crowded cities and keep away from any possible shelling. And the Chinese Foreign Ministry said China is considering the situation in South Sudan, and they may consider measures including evacuation of nationals from South Sudan. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks very much. Mao Dan, live for us there in Beijing with the Chinese reaction to the unrest in Juba.